Sheikh, be quick.
So I just had a follow-up question with him. So Umar radiallahu anhu said that you should follow the ruler, regardless if you like it or not.
Okay.
So on the ruler, even
Could
though
you what?
Lanat.
Lanat?
Lanat on the person, even though it's kryptonite. Even though you are under his rule, and he's a kafir.
Okay, when you look at the hadith of Umar radiallahu anhu, and I don't know exactly which hadith you're talking about, but generally, when you talk about itaat of wali al-amr, the obedience to the one in authority, this is discussing the Muslim. Right? Because you look at the other ahadith, it's as long as they don't do kufr. I never gave bay'ah to Trump or Biden. So don't bring Netanyahu as wali al-amr. Right? That's out of context. Right? The Muslim ruler, who's Muslim, right? Yes, we obey, even if we disagree with them, right? And this is a part of the Sharia and the wisdom of the Sharia, because you will never have a ruler that's 100% good, right? If you expect perfection, as the Shaykh said, good luck with that, right? I mean, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum were excellent, right? But they made decisions that some of them would disagree with each other, but they didn't just start killing, right? And after the Sahaba's door, it went downhill from there, right? I mean, even the big heroes we talk about, like Salahuddin Ayyubi, even though no doubt he was a hero of Islam, but if you actually study his biography, he did many things that you may not agree with. But does that mean we revolt against him and not fight the Crusaders? Right? So there is context there. Understanding obedience to the ruler and when you can disagree and how, it's not something I can answer now. You have a sheikh here, sit with him, he'll give you the context, right? This takes understanding, and some of our emotional brothers, they're very quick to make takfir. This ruler is kafir. Who gave you that authority? You know, and when you start the bloodshed within the Muslim ummah, especially people sitting in kufr, like it makes me angry. Some guy sitting in America, you know, sitting in a nice comfortable couch, and he doesn't even know the situation. He's never met that ruler, he doesn't know the situation, doesn't anything. He's kafir, he's this. Brother, go there, say it to him. Right? Because some young guy in that country is going to say something and then he's going to, you know, get into trouble because of you're sitting in your comfort. Why are you sitting in Darul Kufr talking about that then, right? If you're here, do da'wah, do teach the people, do something good. Don't sit there and make takfir on situations you don't even know about. There are ulama there, let them deal with it. Yeah? Our job, again, for the Muslim ruler, if you live in a Muslim country, we don't cause bloodshed and revolutions unless they do kufr, right? That's and who will evaluate that? Ulama, not me and you. Takfir is a fatwa. For those ulama that they are in jail, then speak to them. Their writings still come out, right? Yeah. Habibi. Yeah. That's actually not true. Right? Statistically, how many ulama are in jail? Hold on. Listen. Okay. Let me ask you something. Today, from those that are ulama from the time of Sheikh Ibn Baz, right? The likes of Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, for example, is he in jail? Okay. From the likes of Sheikh Salih al-Husaymi or Sheikh Salih al-Suhaim. Look, when I understand there are ulama in jail in Saudi. Are you in Saudi? Do you know why they're in jail? Do you know why they're in jail? How, why? Look, what I'm saying is, do you know exactly what they said, what the case was about? We don't know. Exactly. So for me to make takfir on the king of Saudi doesn't make sense. Right? I'm sitting in America. I don't know the situation, to be honest. And neither do you. Right? If you go, and I've been to Saudi and I've met with ulama. Okay. Okay. Is killing, okay. If somebody kills somebody, does that make him kafir? No. Answer your question. Go ahead. Go ahead. If somebody, okay. Habibi, I got you. We have ulama sitting here. Okay. Have you studied Sharia? Then it's not your opinion. That doesn't count. It does not count in Sharia. You're not a doctor. Don't give me advice on taking surgical. There are ulama that have studied here, that spent their life studying. If somebody is a qatil, a zalim, does that make them kafir? That's the Khawarij mindset. In the Ahle Sunnah wal Jammah, a sin does not make you kafir. I'm not justifying the sin. Okay? So even if a ruler like the Abbasiyya and the Umayyah, they killed Muslims, tons of them, but we didn't make takfir on them. Right? There are dawabit of takfir. There are prerequisites before you can make takfir. Can you tell me what they are? Go ahead, akhi. Can you tell me what they are?
Okay. Can I answer the question? For you to make takfir of anybody, you have to do two things. إقامة الحجة وانتفاء المانع. And this is, by the way, things that we inherited from years ago. Because guess what? The first sect that emerged in the Ummah was that sect, which is labeling people to be kuffar, just blanket ruling. Listen, wallahi ya akhi, my heart bleeds over the Sunni world and what they are doing. It's absurd. But there is a domain out there, don't jump in it. Don't go there because it's a very sensitive domain. So here is the etiquettes of doing so. Number one, you have to establish the evidence and you have to dismiss or remove the obstacles. What are these obstacles? Al-udhru bil-jahli, al-udhru bil-ta'wil, al-udhru bil-ikrah, wal-udhru bil-khata. Those four. You must remove ignorance. You must remove faulty interpretation. This king or queen, whoever it is, he may be doing this and being endorsed by an opinion of a scholar. So I must come and remove that because that's a faulty interpretation of the text. And this is the reason why, by the way, for the rest of the congregation here, we as Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we don't label the Shia to be kuffar. You guys are aware of that. We don't say that they are kuffar, right? We don't do that. But I'm talking about who? The laymen. Those who sit all their lives in front of these people who teach them the defective aqidah of Islam and they teach them to curse the Sahaba. Those who do it, no, they have a different position. Number one, you must remove these four. That person must be committing the sin willfully and knowingly. This is number one. Number two, one of the default rules when it comes to excommunicating someone from Islam, which is takfir. Listen, al-hukmu bil-zahir, that you rule over that person of what you see. Of what you see. He says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, he's a Muslim. Because of, he's saying it. في صحيح البخاري, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was standing. The first Khariji right here. Imagine someone who had the guts to tell the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "I'dil فإنك لم تعدل." I'dil. He said to the Prophet, "I'dil." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after one of the battles, he distributed the booty of war in a way that he favored some people over the others. Some people just accepted Islam after the conquest of Mecca, so he given them more. So that person attacked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Khalid was standing. Ya Rasulullah, let me kill this guy. Umar or Khalid? Umar was standing. Let me kill this guy. شوف, the Prophet said to him, دعه فإنه يصلي. Leave him because he prays. Umar commented saying, رب مصلي لا يصلي. There are people who pray, but they acted. قال إني لم أؤمر أن أشق عن قلوب الناس أو صدور الناس. I wasn't commanded to open their chest and verify the quality of their iman. فالحكم بالظاهر. That's 2. 3. You should not, as an individual, jump into this. That should be left to the scholars, and not just one scholar, by the way. I wouldn't. If you ask me to do this, I wouldn't, although I'm not a scholar. I'm a student of knowledge. You need a community of scholars, assembly of scholars to do this. Why? Why? Because if you tell another Muslim you're a kafir, if he is not, is that a hadith? Right? It will rebound to you. You're the one who will be a kafir. So we have to be careful. You know, we're emotional. Wallahi, ya ikhwa, very emotional. Okay, we don't want to just listen. We have other brothers here, so we're done with that subject. We're done with this subject. We're done with the subject. We explained it. Okay.